Have you ever wondered what you would do if someone insulted you directly to your face on a beautiful day? Would you swallow your anger, smile, and think, whatever, peace of mind? Or would you bristle up and immediately retaliate to protect your honor? It sounds like a simple question, but trust me, behind it lies a tangled mess of psychological issues where we, the creatures hailed as the most intelligent on the planet, often stumble into hilariously unbelievable logical fallacies. And before we dive deep into this forbidden zone of psychological reactions, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on these incredibly sharp psychological exposés that you won't find anywhere else. In reality, the choice between enduring and retaliating is much more complex than choosing between black sugar boba milk tea and traditional milk tea. We often think that patience is golden, an expression of maturity and wisdom. But is that always the case? Or sometimes does patience turn us into a mobile punching bag for others to vent their stress? Conversely, retaliation, while seemingly cool and a display of bravery, can also make you appear hot-headed and out of control in the eyes of others. The problem is, our brains are wired to react to threats, and an insult can be considered a social threat just as much as a growling tiger, you know? Our alarm system goes off, adrenaline pumps into our blood, and you're left with two classic choices: fight or flight. But in a civilized society, fighting is no longer about clubbing each other. It's morphed into verbal wars, online callouts, or worse, prolonged cold wars. Interestingly, sometimes we choose to endure not because we are noble, but because we are afraid. Afraid of being judged, afraid of being isolated, afraid of being labeled a troublemaker. And this fear has been deeply ingrained in our subconscious since ancient times, when being ostracized by the community meant death. So, we'd rather suffer a little damage to our honor than face the risk of being shunned. Sounds tragic, doesn't it? But that's how our survival brain works. And when we retaliate, sometimes it's not for noble honor, but because our ego has been bruised. We want to prove that we are not weak, not easily bullied. It's like a child whose toy is snatched. The first reaction is to scream and snatch it back, regardless of the consequences. So, in summary, the choice between enduring and retaliating is not merely a moral decision, it's an internal struggle between survival instincts, personal ego, and social pressures. The more rational we think we are, the more we are sometimes swayed by these fascinating logical fallacies. Ultimately, there is no absolute right or wrong answer to whether one should endure or retaliate. Every situation, every person is different. But one thing is certain: we will continue to be curious about the hidden corners of our own psychology. And you? Which path would you choose? And why? Leave your comments below.